Welcome, foolish mortals.
Time to be turning around. If only you could.
'Cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness!
Hey, Henry, what's holding you up? Let's get on with the show. We can't hang around here all day.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
There's no turning back now.
This is the greatest show!
It's coming on the burning lights. With the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true. It's taking over you. This is the greatest show.
Now it's time for the WDW Beyond the Gates podcast with your hosts, Michael Hurley and Gary Aruda.
That's right. This is the WDW Beyond the Gates podcast, episode number 543, recorded from the D. Fauntleroy Studios in Kent County, Rhode Island, and sunny Southwest Florida. I'm your host, Gary, joined as always by my co-host and my cousin, Mike, down in Florida. How you doing today, Michael?
You know that picture I just sent you of Richard?
Yeah.
He's at this place in Wheaton Water over in Lakewood Ranch.
Not far from you.
Not far from me. So I'm looking at the menu.
Mm-hmm.
So Richard Pork Chop Marsala Vital is having this dish. It's a 12-ounce bone-in rib chop.
Okay.
Mushroom marsala served with roasted garlic, mashed potatoes, and fresh vegetables. $27.99.
That's not bad.
That sounds good, doesn't it?
Does sound pretty good. You think he pays, or you think they're comping him? And he just takes care of the waiters.
No, he pays, and he's a good tipper, I'm sure.
Well, but I mean, like, I bet a lot of places won't let him pay, and then he just takes care of the servers, leaves a couple hundred for the servers or whatever.
You think that's how it goes down?
I bet, yeah.
All right.
I think that's how a lot of celebrities get taken care of. They don't make you pay, but they expect you to take good care of the staff. I think that's
Imagine
a
if
good.
they comp the meal and you drop the guy like $3 or $4.
What's 20% of zero? Well, I guess.
That's true.
Sorry,
Yeah,
you did a really good job, but 20% of zero parts.
Yeah, we got a podcast to do. I can't be looking at this. This is messing me up. That pork looks so good.
No, we got a lot of food to talk about. You can't
We do.
get distracted by other food. Still no word, huh?
No word.
Are you getting nervous? This has been a long
I'm
time.
not getting nervous. I'm getting more aggravated.
Have you checked in? Do you send emails like, hey, what's the
Nah, I
status
don't.
of-
Why do you?
Not yet, but I will. If I got past 30 days, I'd be like, hey, have you heard yet? And they'll be like, oh yeah, they told us 3 days ago. We forgot to tell you.
You think that's how bad these people are?
Yes, I do.
Really? Because I've got money holding. Don't you have to? Did you have to send a check?
Yeah.
Yeah, like your 10% escrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you think if Disney buys it, they just forget to send you your check back?
No, I think they could have passed on it, and they just forgot to tell you we're moving forward with the next step.
Really?
There's a chance.
You think this is how worthless these DVC resale companies are?
Some of them. You don't have to name names here. We're not trying to make any enemies, but I don't know who you went through. I don't remember who you said. You don't have to tell me. We can take that offline. I don't want to besmirch. I don't want to libel any of these resale
I've
companies.
never heard of this, so apparently this is a thing.
Oh, I have no idea. I just remember my first contract, I was very proactive with bugging them. Like, have you heard anything yet? And they just kept replying like, not yet. Be a few more days. And then a week later, I'd send another email. That was a big pain.
Oh, you're one of those, huh?
Squeaky wheel gets the grease parts.
You're one of those.
Yep. I was starting to like Google the number for the DVC office, see if I could talk to the lady who looks at the contracts.
Oh, that's beautiful. Just go right through the gatekeeper.
Go
just
to the
call
source.
her direct.
I couldn't figure it out. I'm just calling her up. Hey, Patricia, it's Gary.
Just
What's
greasing
going-
her. We're thinking about buying. If I send you $100, will you
Look the other way. Push this one through.
will you waive the right?
Get it to the top of your pile. I need some points ASAP. That'd be fantastic having an in.
Oh, if we could just be dirty.
Because you've heard what I've heard, right? That there's just one person in there that does it.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, but I've heard that. But we should probably get into the topic at hand this week. What do you say?
Yeah, I agree.
So the 2024 EPCOT International Food and Wine Festival is about to get underway this week. August 29th is the opening day.
Why'd they wait so long? Weren't they doing these back in May?
Last 2 years ago when I was there, they started middle of July. I don't remember what last year was, but 2 years ago, because we were there for it. And it was in July, same time. It was like July 15th it started. I don't know, maybe they're starting to get a little pushback against like these festivals going nonstop. It was nice in the summer, I have to say, going around Epcot without a festival going on.
It is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can actually walk.
Right, exactly. How it was intended to be, how it was built.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, it starts this week on the 29th, and it goes through November 23rd, right before the week before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And this year there are more than 25 food booths, and we're going to go through the menus. That's one of our traditions. We've been doing it basically every year since we've been doing this podcast.
Tradition like no other parts.
So I guess we'll just start. We'll go alphabetically like we always do. We're going to start in the Alps. And we have a warm raclette of Swiss cheese with alpine ham, baby potatoes, cornichons, and a baguette.
No, I'm all set.
Yeah, it's just like melted cheese over all that stuff.
Yeah.
Then they have one without the ham. So warm raclette of Swiss cheese with baby potatoes, cornichons, and a baguette. And then they have a dark chocolate fondue with berries, pound cake, and meringues. That would be fine, like dipping stuff. I like dark chocolate better than milk chocolate. So if I was going to do something from there, I would definitely go with the dark chocolate fondue.
Okay.
That being said, that's probably overall a pass for me, that booth.
Yeah. Yep. No doubt about it.
Over to Australia, we have grilled bushberry spiced shrimp skewer with sweet and sour vegetables and coconut chili sauce. A roasted lamb chop with mint pesto and crushed salt and vinegar potato chips. And then for dessert, they have a lamington, which is a yellow cake with raspberry filling with chocolate and coconut.
Yep. Pass on all that.
I'd probably eat any of those. I like lamb chops. I know you don't. Shrimp, I'll take it or leave it. The lamb chop sounds okay. That's probably the one I would go for there. Go over to Belgium. We have a beer braised beef served with smoked Gouda mashed potatoes.
That sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
Sounds pretty good. And then a couple waffle options, a Belgian waffle with warm chocolate ganache, and then a Belgian waffle with berry compote and whipped cream, a couple waffle desserts. Both sound good. All three sound pretty good. I would definitely try those. I wouldn't necessarily go out of my way to have it, but if I was like walking by and I was hungry and I saw that braised beef, I'd probably say I'll give it a shot.
Fair.
This is a new booth called Bramblewood Bites, and they have a grilled cider brined pork tenderloin with fennel apple slaw and an apple cider gastrique.
Nope, I don't like fennel.
Okay,
and I don't care for apples. So.
Oh no, like an apple brine. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, no, not
like
really.
Pork and apple is a good combo to me. But
okay,
like pork chops and applesauce. It's classic Brady Bunch style.
Brady Bunch, pork chops and applesauce.
Next option also sounds pretty good to me. We have a grilled bison with a butternut squash puree, roasted mushrooms, and a huckleberry gastrique. And then this last one sounds fantastic. Cast iron roasted Brussels sprouts and root vegetables with dried cranberries, candied pecans, and a maple bourbon glaze. I love Brussels sprouts.
Well, you've been a disaster over Brussels sprouts ever since you talked about your Disney Springs.
Yeah, Polite Pig was fantastic.
Yeah.
So this sounds very similar. I would definitely want to try that. I would try all three of those options. Definitely. Those sound good to me. On to Brazil. We have I don't know how to say it. Feijoada, black beans with pork belly, Brazil nut pesto, and long grain white rice. And then they have that pão de queijo, which is the Brazilian cheese bread. I think both of these have been on the menu in Brazil for a while. And they're both pretty good options, if I remember correctly. I feel like the pork belly's a little different. I don't remember it coming with rice in the past, but maybe it did. Thoughts on Brazil? Yay or nay?
Yeah. Not really. Nay.
So we have, excuse me, the Brew Wing Lab. So Wing, W-I-N-G. They have traditional buffalo wings with celery and ranch, peanut butter and jelly sticky wings, garlic parmesan wings, impossible buffalo chicken tenders. Those are plant-based. And then they have the unnecessarily spicy yet extremely tasty Carolina Reaper pepper curry wings with creamy cucumber rayata. I would try that. Would you try the unnecessarily spicy wings? You like spicy stuff.
Yeah. I'd give them a shot. Yeah.
I feel like you have to try that, right?
Absolutely.
And then they also have fried pickle spears with a dill ranch dipping sauce, which sounds good as well. I'd try the peanut butter and jelly wings too, because I like that weird stuff.
Yeah, well, that I think that originated at Steakhouse 71.
You're right. They have those as an appetizer at the lounge over there.
Yes.
This also is the same place that has that pickle milkshake. Remember that from last year? They had the pickle milkshake.
I do. And there was like just people loved it and hated it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great to me, but you know what? It's back, so it couldn't be that bad. We're on to Canada, and I'll let you guess what they have. They have cheddar cheese soup, served with a pretzel roll, and filet mignon with mushrooms, boursin, garlic, and fine herb mashed potatoes, and a boursin, garlic, and fine herb butter.
You know what? It's just simple.
Classic.
We just recorded our Addicted to DVC podcast, and we were talking about the food in Italy, and it's just they do it right. They do it right in Canada. Why mess with a good thing?
Exactly. Yeah, that's just, you can't go wrong. It's classic. There's always a long line. It's always solid. On to China. This is one I've always enjoyed their stuff. They have a pan-fried chicken dumplings with house-made sweet and spicy sauce, crispy duck bao bun with hoisin sauce, and this is a new one, Shanghai scallion noodles with shrimp. Those all three sound good to me. I like Chinese food. That's right up my alley anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna probably try all those if I was there. I like the Chinese stuff. Coastal Eats. Roasted warm water lobster tail with garlic butter. And then jumbo shrimp cocktail with cocktail sauce. Just basics. You can't go wrong with those, right? You almost can't mess it up. Like a giant shrimp cocktail with just a traditional cocktail sauce. Can't mess that up. Just a lobster tail with butter. Can't mess that up.
Nope.
I'll say like drop it on the ground and rub it in dirt before they give it to you. It's hard to mess it up. So those are some good ones. We have Earth Eats coming up next with a red wine braised beef short rib with goat cheese polenta, puttanesca sauce, shaved pecorino, and petite herbs. That sounds so good. Braised beef short rib, goat cheese polenta. Oh, yeah, that's...
You liking that?
That sounds really good. And then they have a dessert, lemon poppy seed cake. I could take it or leave it. But that short rib sounds fantastic. Earth Eats. That's a new entree this year. We're moving on to Festival Favorites, which is in the Communicore Hall. And they have kielbasa with potato pierogies and caramelized onions with sour cream.
Mm-hmm.
Barbecue pork rinds served with pimento cheese.
No thanks.
And a key lime tart.
Yeah.
I mean, I would eat kielbasa and pierogies, but I'm probably not going to go out of my way to get that at the Food and Wine Festival. Like, those are things I like, but not going to go get it. This sounds good, though. We usually skip the beverages, but this is a Irish milkshake. Guinness Stout, Bailey's Irish Cream Liqueur, and vanilla ice cream. So it's like beer, Bailey's, and ice cream all together. I wouldn't mind that. I would try that.
Would you? You give it a try?
I would give it a try. We got Flavors of America, and this has all new options. New York style all beef hot dog with sauerkraut, onion tomato sauce, and a spicy mustard and a brioche bun. Chicago-style all-beef hot dog with tomato, dill pickle, pickled sport pepper, diced onions, yellow mustard, and Chicago green relish on a poppy seed bun. Carolina-style all-beef hot dog with chili, coleslaw, and yellow mustard on a brioche bun. Southwest-style all-beef hot dog wrapped in bacon with warm pinto beans, tomatoes, jalapenos, avocado crema, and queso fresco in a French roll.
Okay.
And then for dessert, they have a freshly baked chocolate pudding cake with bourbon caramel. That used to be one of the best booths, the America one.
Yeah, it really did.
They always had good. They're just throwing hot dogs in there. That's
They had like the burnt ends and ribs. Yeah, they had some great stuff over there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate that they kind of dumbed it down to just hot dogs. Not a big fan of that. Flavors from Fire is next on the docket. We have a steakhouse blended burger, beef and wild mushroom slider with truffle brie cheese fondue, arugula, and truffle potato chips on a sesame seed bun. That
Sounds pretty good.
Sounds really good to me. We have an Impossible Montreal-style burger slider with cheddar cheese, tomato jam on a sesame seed bun that's plant-based. And then they have that smoked corned beef with house-made potato chips, cheese curds, pickled onions, and a beer cheese fondue. That steakhouse burger sounds good. It's probably like a little slider, but it sounds really good.
Yep, you're exactly right.
This is a new booth called Forest and Field. And this one has an autumn chili with bison, lamb, pork belly, root vegetables, jalapeno cornbread, smoked cheddar, and creme fraiche.
I don't do bison.
No, not a fan of bison.
It's okay.
There's nothing wrong with it in my book, but I'd rather have ground beef.
Right.
Although the bison burger at Geyser Point's good.
You know what though, like come to think of it though, if you substitute bison, and then you're doing a lamb, which is a little fattier, pork belly, it might be some good consistent chili.
That's true. I would try it for sure.
I would definitely try it. Like bison isn't my favorite. It's a lot leaner, and it still has decent taste. So yeah, I'd give it a try.
Then we have a pumpkin mascarpone ravioli with sage brown butter, pecorino cheese, and a hazelnut praline. I don't like pumpkin ravioli. I know that's a big thing, but not for me. Then they have burrata with seasonal fall fruit, spiced pecans, apple puree, and a fig vinaigrette. Burrata's like that mozzarella cheese that's like really creamy on the inside. Have you seen?
I don't like fig.
No, you're not a fig guy?
No.
We could move on to France. We have a moulet oignon caramelé et tout fromage de chèvre, which is egg, goat cheese, and caramelized onions. So I don't know if it's like a quiche with goat cheese and onions. I have no idea. I don't know what an egg moulet is. Moelleux. Do you know what that is?
No.
Fair enough. We have the brioche au escargot brioche with garlic and parsley cream. So snails. Beef bourguignon, braised short ribs and cabernet with roasted potatoes. That's a returning favorite. And then we have creme brulee with mango passion fruit cream. I'd probably try that onion and egg thing with the goat cheese. I don't even know what it is, but I like all those flavors, so that sounds okay. I'd probably try the escargot, and I would definitely try the beef bourguignon.
Yep.
So
I agree on everything you said.
Next, we have the fry basket, which has adobo yucca fries with garlic cilantro aioli, truffle parmesan fries, barbecue bacon fries with a smoke aioli, and sweet potato casserole fries with candied pecans, toasted marshmallow cream, and a bourbon maple syrup. I'd try the truffle parmesan fries. That sounds okay. Barbecue bacon fries are probably fine. I don't like sweet potato casserole, so I probably wouldn't like those.
Right.
I'm guessing you don't want marshmallows on your fries.
No.
In Germany, they have a Schnickennudeln, which is pasta gratin with ham, onions, and cheese.
The same garbage every
Same stuff.
single
Germany
year.
has not changed in 100
Oh,
years.
it's the same garbage.
Bratwurst on a pretzel roll with mustard and apple strudel with vanilla sauce. That's like the safest, most boring booth. It's like Canada with worse food. They don't change it. It's always the same. It's never changed.
I mean, the apple strudel with vanilla sauce sounds excellent.
I'm sure it's fine, but it's just like way more boring.
Yeah.
We have Greece with a spanakopita, which is like a spinach pie.
Yes.
They
It's like
they
more
have-
flaky though, right? Isn't the
yeah,
pie itself like very flaky?
yeah. It's on like a phyllo dough. It's called. It's very
Yeah.
flaky.
Yep.
They have an impossible moussaka. I don't know what moussaka is, but this is impossible. I thought moussaka was eggplant, which is already plant-based, so maybe, I don't know. A griddled cheese with pistachios and honey.
Mm-mm.
Then a lamb gyro with shaved lettuce, tomato, cucumber relish, and tzatziki on a warm flatbread. I would try
That sounds pretty good.
I like tzatziki and all that stuff. We're on to Hawaii. We have a slow roasted pork slider with sweet and sour Dole pineapple chutney and spicy mayonnaise. That sounds okay. We have a Hawaiian rice bowl, spam, eggs, eel sauce, spicy mayonnaise, and orikaki. I don't know.
That sounds awful, doesn't it?
Spam and eggs with eel sauce.
Not
Not high on your list.
Not necessarily, no.
And then they have a passion fruit cheesecake with toasted macadamia nuts. India, they have a potato and pea samosa with coriander lime cream.
Mm-mm.
So samosa is like a little calzone kind of thing. And then a chicken tikka masala with fennel spiced yogurt and naan bread. I would try the chicken tikka masala. I like Indian food, so I would definitely try that. Italy. This is like much maligned. Italy always comes up with the worst stuff, and it should be the best booth by far.
It really should be.
And
Just because they want to get you into their restaurants, I don't know.
I don't know either. And this sounds bad already. The first one, these are all new entrees, all new items. So maybe we'll be surprised. Italian style nachos right off the bat. Just sounds disappointing, doesn't it?
Nachos is just such a lazy American fat person sitting in front of the TV watching football.
Homemade beef ragu, pasta chips, tomato sauce, and dried ricotta cheese. This sounds just vile, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just...
Sounds bad. Polpettine Toscane, beef meatballs, rosemary focaccia, and pomodoro sauce. So it's like a little meatball sandwich. I
little
guess.
mini meatball sandwich. That sounds fine.
Fine. And then a vanilla cheesecake. Really can't mess that up. I'm sure that's fine. But that's not even Italian. Like, is cheesecake an Italian dessert?
No, I don't know.
Nachos? They always mess that up. How do they always mess up Italy? Is it like a running joke at this point now? They're like, let's come up with the worst crap possible for the Italy booth and see if people keep getting in line for it. Just sounds so bad. Ooh, hello. We have Japan. They have a Wagyu Tamaki sushi. Handheld sushi with sweet and savory American Wagyu beef topped with takana, Japanese pickles, and a spicy mayo sauce. So it's like sushi with beef in the middle instead of fish. With Wagyu. That sounds all right. Then they have an eel sushi. They're really pushing the eel this year, Pards.
Yeah, I know. I'm not a big eel fan.
Eel tamaki sushi, handheld sushi with grilled eel, egg crumbles, cucumber, and pickled daikon radish served with eel sauce. And then a teriyaki chicken bun, a steamed bun filled with minced chicken, vegetables, and teriyaki sauce. I'm sure that's fine. I'd be interested to try that Wagyu sushi, though. It's at least a unique idea. Maybe it's terrible. Maybe it's not a great combination, but
right.
I don't mind that. I don't know how to say this. Oh, macatizers, like macaroni appetizers, macatizers. This is in the Communicore Hall.
Okay.
Empty space. We have a traditional mac and cheese. We have a cheesesteak mac and cheese with shaved beef, peppers, and onions and breadcrumbs. Truffle mac and cheese. And then an Impossible Chili mac and cheese with sour cream and cheddar. This one's plant-based, so just different kinds of mac and cheese.
Skip that.
Skip it. I mean, the truffle one and the cheesesteak one are probably fine, but I would definitely skip that. On to Mexico. 3 new options in Mexico. Mexico is like the opposite. They always have good stuff and they always change it up.
Don't they? It's so true. Their stuff is so good.
And this already
and they change it up.
This one sounds pretty good. Tostada de camarones, which is tempura battered shrimp atop a fried corn tortilla with guacamole, cabbage, chipotle aioli, diced mango, and chili lime powder. A flauta de barbacoa, fried tortillas filled with barbacoa beef, topped with salsa verde, crema mexicana, and queso fresco.
I mean, let me get that as an entree, please.
Yeah, no kidding. Either of those would be fine. And then for dessert, they have pan de elote, which is a traditional Mexican cornbread topped with chocolate sauce and queso fresco. I'm not really sure about that one. That's a little strange, but the other two can carry that for sure. I would try either of those savory ones from Mexico for sure. Next booth is called Milled and Mold. This is a new booth. Freshly baked carrot cake with walnuts and cream cheese icing. Boursin fig and balsamic cheesecake with fig jam and pomegranate. And a pear and almond frangipane pâté brisé, all desserts. Anything there that strikes you?
No, nothing. No.
We have the Noodle Exchange. Ramen with shaved beef, shiitake mushrooms, pickled carrots, daikon radish, shaved spicy peppers, and a soy egg in a citrus sesame broth. That sounds
pretty damn good, doesn't it?
We have a Thai shrimp with rice noodles, shiitake mushrooms, and basil in a coconut curry broth. That also sounds pretty good. And then they have a plant-based ramen with tofu, shiitake mushrooms, pickled carrots, daikon radish, shaved spicy peppers, baby bok choy, and a citrus sesame broth. I mean, honestly, those two, all three, even the tofu one sounds fine. But those all, I like a nice ramen bowl. I bet those are good. Do you like curry? You like coconut curry? Have you ever had that?
Yeah, I don't like coconut curry that much. No.
No. I do enjoy that quite a bit. So that would be high on my list. Refreshment Outpost. They have an Impossible spicy sausage with peri-peri peppers and onions. Plant-based. Curry chicken and South African Boerewors sausage stew with chickpeas and potatoes served in a bread bowl. Okay. That sounds all right. I like curry, sausage, bread bowl. All sounds pretty good to me. And then they have a chocolate mousse dome with white chocolate for the dessert there. They also have a braised beef poutine, French fries with braised beef, boursin, garlic, and fine herb cheese sauce, cheese curds, and a gherkin relish. That actually sounds pretty bad. And I'm a poutine guy. You always
I'm not a poutine. Yeah.
I'm usually a poutine apologist, and that sounds pretty bad to me. Shimmering Sips, hosted by Corksicle, only has a guava cake with whipped cream and coconut for their food option. The rest is all drinks. Ooh, hello. We have Spain. 2 new options. They're kind of similar, but they changed them up a little bit. We have a Spanish charcuterie, which has jamon, which is ham, manchego, and pan con tomate. And then they also have a paella negra, which is squid ink rice with shrimp, bay scallops, and octopus served with a garlic aioli. Those both sound good.
2 hits right there.
Squid ink rice is gonna be like a black rice from the squid ink though. That's a little maybe you gotta like close your eyes to eat that one. I'm not sure. I would still give it a try.
Kind of like the haggis.
Yeah, exactly. We have Swirled Showcase, which is ice cream. Liquid nitrogen frozen sweet potato mousse with candied pecans and maple caramel sauce. Then they have a vanilla soft serve, cinnamon apple soft serve, and salted caramel soft serve. Actually doesn't sound bad. Like a cinnamon apple vanilla swirl soft serve probably is pretty good. I would try that. It's a little different than something else you can get. We have Tangerine Cafe, Grilled kebabs with carrot, chickpea salad, and garlic aioli. You can get it with chicken or lamb. Fried falafel pita with the tomato cucumber relish and tahini sauce. You can get stone-baked Moroccan bread with assorted dips. Or a pistachio cake with cinnamon pastry cream and candied walnuts. And that's pretty much it. That's the last one, the Tangerine Cafe. Anything really jump out at you?
What jumped out at you?
Mexico.
Mexico for sure.
Spain always jumps out at me. And then just the biggest thing that jumped out at me is the disappointment in the American one with the hot dogs.
It's just so boring, isn't it?
Yeah. The noodle one sounds okay. Like with the ramen, that's fine. What was that one called? I can't remember the name. The fry basket. I'm going back here. Flavors of America. Yeah, just having like 4 different kinds of hot dogs and that's it. Just lazy, isn't it?
I mean, 4 different, like maybe even 2 and 2.
They used to have a lobster roll there. They had like the burnt end brisket, all that stuff. Like, yeah, you could do a hot dog. That's fine. Like the Chicago dog.
Right.
That's
dude,
a little.
Even if you wanted to shoehorn 2.
Yeah, give me something else. It's disappointing. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's just not a lot of. No, they don't go outside the box too much. Like their crazy stuff is the wings, the chicken wings, like the peanut butter jelly wings and the spicy wings. Like that's their outside the box. And it's super safe. Like a spicy chicken wing is very safe. There's stuff I would try, but I wouldn't. If I were in your shoes, I would not make a special trip to go to.
Yeah, like I think for me, I think the Coastal Eats with the lobster tail with garlic butter.
But that's not solid. Like. I'm sure that's good, but that's not worth a trip.
No, exactly. No.
So I don't know. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot.
And you're saying it's not worth a trip for me who lives an hour and a half away. Like, why would somebody jump on an airplane to come down here for this?
Like, if I happen to be there, I might check out one or two things.
You're not going to go out of your way. Like, this used to be, we're going to do it during the slow season to try to attract people to come down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's frustrating that they've gotten that way because people just go to drink at this point. The food doesn't even really matter.
Right. It's just the local Orlando
getting drunk.
People get drunk. Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't have to try. It's just like the character meals. They gave up on the food because they don't have to try. Like you have nachos from Italy. That's the laziest thing I've ever heard.
You're gonna have
hot dogs from America.
You're gonna have to start trying. They stopped trying years ago, and it's starting to.
Yeah. And now the festival's shorter, so they've been getting lazy. And last year they probably said, "Oh, the festival was too long. We didn't get a good response." Well, it's not because of the length of it; it's because of the options.
Right.
You know, the music's not as good as it was. They have like only stuff on the weekends now, and then they have these like crappy local bands during the week.
Yeah, they might have had to pay like Christopher Cross $10,000. Well, we can get this Christian band for $2,000. Why would we pay him $10,000?
Right. They put these like D-listers Monday through Thursday, and then they'll pay like Simple Plan for a Friday, Saturday show, and that's it. They're already busy on the weekends. They should put the good acts during the week.
I agree.
Try to draw people in, right? I don't know.
I agree.
Doesn't make a lot of sense. Used to love it. Remember, like
you made special trips when your sister was living here.
Yeah, of course. I wanted to try this stuff. Anything else you want to talk about here? Mention that next week we're going to talk about the music lineups for Food and Wine.
We'll do the music lineup next week.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add. What's going on our YouTube page?
Well, we've got our dining review.
Oh, okay.
Got our dining review.
Rodeo Roundup?
Yes, sir.
Ooh, very good. So go to youtube.com.
It took a lot of editing.
I bet.
Yeah, we had a couple people who aren't normally on our reviews.
not seasoned professionals, if you will.
You know, and I had to take out a lot of cuss words as well.
Oh, they have mouths on them for sure.
Yeah, they do. They have New England mouths on them, so I had to cut out a lot of cuss words. It was tough.
Yeah, but you got that under control. So go to youtube.com/@WDWBTG. You can also go to all social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok @WDWBTG. WDWBTG.com is our website. Subscribe wherever you download podcasts. You can email the show info@WDWBTG.com, Mike @WDWBTG.com, and Gary @WDWBTG.com. And I almost forgot about our Facebook group, WDW Beyond the Gates podcast family. Join us over there as well. Anything else you want to add?
No, bring us home, parts.
All right, that's going to do it for episode number 543 of the WDW Beyond the Gates podcast. For my co-host Mike, my name is Gary. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. M-I-C.
See you real soon.
K-E-Y.
Why? Because we like you.
M-O.